So then I mentioned that for me, anytime I create a new project, primarily, advisably, what I do is that I create a folder for that project. And that's where I will keep everything. So let's say I'm starting a new project, I want to go over everything and then sort by name, useful. So let's say this project, we say collab Git. So let's say collaboration on Git. And what I'll primarily do is that I'm going to create a project in this. So I'll just quickly open that directory and then I'll go to documents. I find that directory which it is. And I open that in my Git. So automatically to give me the terminal at the bottom section here. And we say that the first thing we do is that we do what? Git init. That's the first thing you do. You initialize Git in that repository. So you do Git init. Immediately you do that, it creates a branch for you, it puts you on a main branch automatically. We understand that Git attempts to manage things for you. Git attempts to manage things for you using branches. So when you say Git init, it automatically puts you on a branch called the main branch, right? Okay. Now, if we are assuming that the main branch is the most stable branch, is the best version of your software. So one person will create the project, and then that person will invite the rest of you to the project. And then we mentioned that let's say we are here, the first person will create a project, and then if it's an HTML, of course, it will just make sense the person creates the first project. And then once the person creates the first project, you see that the person will set up the project. And so this is the first file in the project. And then let's say I am the one starting the project. So we all have a work to do, and then I will set up the project. And then I will do, after initializing Git, when I create the first one, I'll add all the things that needs to be added. And then I'll do what? Git add, and then what again? Git commit, right? Minus M, and then I'll what? I'll say created project, right? I'll do all the initial settings. This is the first person who created a project. And so a person has set up the project. Any questions so far? And once I have set up the project, then what do I begin to do? I now invite the rest of you to the project. Does that make sense? I will now invite the rest of you to the project. And so what I've done right now is sitting on my laptop. So I'll go to where do I want the project to sit? Let me say, of course, if it's any of the Git platform, but because GitHub is the popular one, we keep doing GitHub.
Hi, am I the only one who can't hear?
Hello?
Okay.
No, Oliver, I think it's a general problem or something.
Okay, that's fine.
Sorry, anytime I'm on my data, folks just keep calling me and Disrupting my internet all the time. Sorry about that. So I said that once the project is created, you want to. I hope you can hear me though. Once the project is
Yes, we
created,
can, but
yes,
it seems you stopped projecting.
yes. I'm sharing it again. Once the project is created, you want to invite others to the project. Very important part. So you go and create the repository again. Give it whatever name you want to give. I've been calling it Git collab, and then okay, let me just do this, and then I make it public because I want all of you to see it, and then I would create the repository, and then once the repository is created,
Mr. Bright,
yes, please.
please, sometimes when you are creating a repository, sometimes they ask you to, maybe if you want to add a README file. What is that about? A README file.
Okay, so in software engineering, it's advisable that you have created a software, you have written the software using some versions and things, right? So it is expected that you write instructions on how someone should use your software so that anybody who downloads your software can know what to do to get your code running. Does that make sense? If there are some things you need a person to know, does that make sense?
All right.
Yeah, so that's a README file. So it's advisable.
So
Of
is
course,
it automatically written, or you have to write
you
it?
have to write it. You have
Alright.
to write it, actually.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah. So it's something that you would have to learn moving forward. It's not automatically written. But a good question. So the repo has been created, but the thing doesn't know that anything has been created. So we need to go and add this repository on our local machine. So we head to our VS Code, follow the instruction, git remote add. The remote here is called origin. Are you with me? Today we want to do something different. We are calling the remote collab. Are you with me? Just to show that you see the remote doesn't need to be called origin at all costs. You can call the remote by anything. We are going to change the main branch to main. In my case, it's already the main branch, so I don't need, but just for your sake, let me run that. Git branch minus M. Please stop me and ask any question, and then git push. This is the one that you do if you want to push the code, right? But let's not push the code right now. I'll push it later. Let's do a few things to the code. So our repository has been created. Everything is in here. You can go to settings and then you go to collaborators and then invite the people that you need to invite. Does that make sense? You go to settings, go to collaborator, and you can invite all your friends that needs to work on the project. Make sense? Any question on that side? So that will invite all your friends that need to join you writing the software. All right. Now, like you are saying, you can do anything with the software, but let's come here. All right. I come back to my software. Yeah. I come back to my software. We have added this. We have added the remote. How do I push my first code? Git push, please. What do I write? Git push what?
Minus U.
Minus U and then what?
Origin.
But in this case, what's the name of the
Collab.
origin?
Collab.
Main.
The origin is called what? Collab, right? Please remember always. Interesting. Good one there. It's, now you see the origin in this case is collab. If you see git remote add origin master, the origin in this case is what? Collab. Are you with me?
Yeah.
And then the branch is what?
Main.
Main. Very
That's
good.
main.
Yes, good.
Your
you do that.
collapse, the spelling. The-
Yes, I think I actually spell it like that. So if you do git remote, you see, yeah. So however you call it, you have to identify it by that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. So my remote is called collab and the branch is main. So now I've set up the project and the project is also available here for anybody who wants to. So anybody can now see the project here, all right? Obviously, I still asking you to add the readme because I mean you need to write something about the project as well for those of us who use it to know what exactly the project is about. So mostly feel free and add those things. Now, let's start the branching. You know about that already. Assuming we want to add something on the about us page, all right? We don't want to do it on the main brain. What do? We create a new branch, right? Say git branch. And I'm calling my branch what? About us. Good? Oh, git branch, not bit. Good. What do I do after creating a branch if I really want to? I check out to that branch. Exactly. Thank you. Check out to about us. Now we are on the branch about us. You can see it from here. So now I can do whatever I need to do. So now here we say we want to add a new file called what? About us. .html. I can do whatever I need to do here now. Then once I am done, what do I need? I add all my codes and add all the changes. And then I can now add this file, right? Stage it by doing git add dot, and then I what? Commit. And I type a commit message, right? Are we on the same page? And go. Cool. Any questions so far? Now, if I check out to main, you see that I can't see the about us file there. Have you seen that?
Yes.
Good. You understand that, right?
Yeah.
Good. So yeah, this file is not available in the main. Now, if I push this, I can push it to a branch about us, and then I can merge it, or I can even merge it locally. Any questions so far? Something not clear for someone about the branching? Any question on the branching? Any question? Any question?
No questions at
Good.
this point.
So we understand branching, we can do branchings, we understand who can explain again why do you want to branch? Anybody who can help us again? Why would you want to branch when you're working on a project? Hope. Why would you want to create a branch?
We create a branch just to keep our main file from distorting with the additional version that we might want to add.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, you want to do something new, you don't want to keep it on the main branch, or you don't want to keep it on a particular branch, then you remain there. All right, cool. Make sense? Okay. Now, again, I'll check out back to I'll check out back to the about us. Oh. I'm on the about us branch now. Okay. Now I'll pay attention carefully. I'll create another branch here, okay?
Mr. Bright, it seems your screen is stacked because at my end here, we are on the main branch.
Okay. Sub can worry. I'm resharing again to see. Do you have the about us?
Yes, please.
So I'm creating a new branch, okay? From the I'm on the about us, and I'm creating a new branch from the about us. Do you get that? Now, where you branch from is where the branch takes its source. Does someone understand that?
No, please say it again.
Okay. The branch you are on before you create another branch, that is where it takes its source from. So if we branch right now, we have a contact us branch. Okay, that's the branch we are creating. And then we check out. We check out to the contact us. We check out to the contact. So now we are on the contact us branch. Are you with me? I have about us on in the contact us. Do you get that? You see that about us file is here in the contact us, right?
Mm.
Let's say
Oh.
that we check out to
You keep getting stuck, but I feel when you move the cursor to another thing and bring it back, it would. Yeah.
okay, sure. Let's say if I check out to my main. So right now I should be on my main. Let's say I move up to my main, okay. Today people don't want to allow us to have peace. So. Now I am on the main. So take it through again. I created a branch main. I moved to another branch called about us. Whilst on the about us, I check out to what contact us. I branch from the about us to create a contact us branch. Okay. Now I'm back to the main branch. Okay. And on the main branch, I'm creating another branch, and I'm calling that branch home. Are you with me? Are you getting my line of thought? So many branches. Are you with me?
Yeah, but your screen is stuck. I don't know if it's only me though.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. I think there's some lag, but I need you to understand the line of thought of at
Yes,
least.
yes, we get that. Mhm.
Yeah, so I've created a home branch now, so that if I do git branch right now, what I'm seeing would be about us, contact us, home, and main.
Mm.
So those are the branches we have now. Now, if I check out, to home, on the home branch, I will not see the about us file. Who can explain that to us?
I think because that's not the mother well, you created it from a different file. Its source is different, so you can't
Very
find
good.
it in the
Very good. Very good. Hope, do you get the concept?
Yes,
If
please.
if you have my screen, I'm on the home branch right now.
Yes,
But
I
on the
can see
home
that.
branch, I'm on the home branch and I don't have the about us file there,
Yes.
because when I created a new branch, I was on contact us. I was on about us, which has the about us file before I branched to create the checkout, before I checked out. But when I wanted to create the home branch, I came to main before I checked out. The where you take your source from, that is what the change that you have. Does
Yeah.
everyone understand that?
Yes.
Please, very crucial. I wish we all understand that. Now, the reason why this is very important is that, let's say Hope says that he has worked on something, and what you want to do, Hope has worked on a login branch, but then there's a main branch, but you want to continue work on what Hope has worked on. So you have to branch from the branch that Hope created. I hope that makes sense. You don't go and branch from another place. If not, you won't have the changes that Hope has done, unless he has merged everything. Does that make sense? So that's how the concept works, and that's how, yeah, I mean, it's a bit. So if I do git branch, of course, you see all the branches. You can see that I'm currently on the home. Now, if I check out, to contact us, I will see the about us file. Contact us. Here, I can see the about us file because the contact us branch was created from the about us branch. I hope that makes sense to everyone. So if you understand these dynamics, then you can manage things really, really well, and understand where you need to branch from and where you should be before you create a branch, or where you should be before you merge something. Hope that makes sense primarily to everyone. Good. I mean, fundamentally, this is about branching. These are the basic things you need to know about branching. All right. Any question about branches?
You can have as much branches as you
No
desire for a
limits. Yes.
project.
Yeah, no limits at all. But if you are done with a branch, it's advisable you delete it so that you don't confuse your own self. Yes, that's all. But that being said, the sky is not the limit.
Okay.
And also, for a good programming environment, make sure you agree on a particular naming convention of the branch. Okay, your team will agree, like how should we be named. See that my branches are separated with hyphens, right? That's how I'm naming them. So if you whatever you agree with your team, go with that. Go with the
Okay.
agreements you guys have. Yeah, don't just throw things around. Any questions? Because today is your last class on Git, which is very crucial. Moving forward, you cannot do anything really in programming, and because I mean, even if you're working for a client, the client might not be where you are, so you have to push the code to them in one way or the other. You'll be working as a junior engineer, you'll be working under somebody, so you collaborate with the person on the project. So you have to, Git is a powerful tool. It should have been the first thing we would have taught you, but what are you committing? Even if you don't know any, at least you don't know any basic thing, what exactly are you going to be adding? Like what changes will you be making to your file? The reason why you learn HTML and CSS and Tailwind and Bootstrap before we got here. Now you know how to keep your code in the cloud. Then we can now move into proper programming.
Mr. Bright,
Yes, please.
please, concerning the collaboration,
Mhm.
if you are collaborating with, let's say, 10 people on a project,
Yes.
and do you add them, let's say, one by one, or you add them together and send the project to them?
No, you add them one by one. You add them on whatever tool you are using. Okay. Yeah, whatever tool you are using, you add them. You have to add them from the settings side. As collaborators, you look for them and add them.
Yes.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. And then, like you said, a lot of people can collaborate on one project. So, like millions of people can be working on one project. Let me see if I can see it. Like image view. So let's say, for instance, this project, okay? You see the number of people that has worked on it, 14. Have you seen it?
Okay.
Yeah.
That means you have to be adding their usernames.
Oh, you just
Sending.
add them. You are making it look so difficult. You're adding 14 people's username. You're making it look like every day you have to be adding them. You add them only once.
No problem. So now we are testing, so you can add hope and let's see how.
Yeah, so you
No,
just add them.
what I want to know is that, let's say you and I and all the people present in this group,
Yes.
you are adding our username.
You have your username, right?
Yes.
Let me use my OTP authenticator and authenticate. Hope it's making it look too difficult. It's not difficult. You want to be paid $5,000, you have work to do now. So it shouldn't come easily. What are your don't be like the current generation, you know. I have some interns I was doing some work with Fidelity Bank today. I have some interns that have been coming around. They do small thing or they want to see magic. They don't know that it's a lot of work that happens before things. Just looking at them, these children. So hope what's your
Hope
I
20, Hope 25. Hope hyphen
always
25.
25.
Mm.
Then when you become 26, then you change it to 26.
I think no, you have to bring a hyphen. You bring a hyphen before the 25.
Hyphen, eh?
Mm.
Okay, so hope hyphen 25. And this one, eh?
Yeah.
And let me tell you the secret about GitHub. For anybody to hire you in an international organization, they will look at your GitHub profile. You understand?
Okay.
Nobody hires any developer who doesn't have a good GitHub profile. So don't think that it's like this is your CV. Do you get my point? Yeah.
All right.
Olivet, what's your
That's my name as displayed on my screen, but without any spaces.
uh do you bring
The last
the
singular code.
okay the last thing? The church people say make I pray by force like that.
Olivet, the last singular code. You're a prayer warrior now, so yeah, that's me.
Charlie, I'm like the country they talk we go be. So all these people, so now we have three contributors, right? Myself and the two of you. Do you get it? So you have access to this repository. All you have to do is to accept the invitation. Hope does that make sense?
All right. I've gotten it now. Thank you.
It's not as if every committee I do, I'll come and add you. No. You have access to this project from today. That makes sense.
Add everybody. Add everybody.
Please, where please, you can mention your name if you have a Git handle. I just add you.
Okay, this forgive Queen UBA.
Queen.
Yay.
U capital U.
Okay. It's a capital Q too, eh?
Yes, please.
So then capital UBA, right? This way.
No, small BA.
Okay. This part doing drama task today again. Did I get it correct though?
Yes, sir.
Okay. This one, I should think.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyone else? So I mean that's then. So let me show you how you may. So you see, do you see
Okay.
do you see this place? You see this chart?
He did a lot of comments.
Yes, this chart is what a high recruiter will look at to know that you're a serious person when it comes to coding. So we don't we see when I started coding, do you see it? You see when I started coding, right? So if
Wow.
so,
Wow.
Show us the way. Oh.
so yeah, the one there. So if the recruiter comes, he knows that this guy has been writing code not today. Do you understand? You can't go and lie to us and say that, oh yeah, you have 10 years of experience. We will see it from here.
Wow.
Yeah, that's how it works. So and you have some of your works you have done will be here. Okay, easy. So then that's what people. So when you're applying for a tech role, you put you put this link on your CV mostly for tech roles. You see, because they are going to look at it. Everyone can look at this and see the work you have been doing. So that's how we measure developers. That's why it's crucial we teach you Git. If not, it will not be. You won't be fully distinct on it. And as a matter of fact, some of the relocation things on I think Tech Nation, is it Tech Talents or Tech Nations? Those kind of visas too, they look out for your contribution on projects if they are considering you for as a talent for their country. Because the more you have worked with people, the assumption is that you are good. That's the assumption. Cool. Any question? Yeah. So yeah, people are like, if this guy has collaborated with 14 people, he doesn't need to tell you that he's a team player. Do you get a point? You infer this guy has collaborated from Germany, right? And he's worked with a guy from what? Kenya. You understand the whole thing? You are not limited by geography. If this guy said he has worked with international teams, we know because on his project, this somebody he's collaborated from London, somebody from Germany, somebody from China. Have you seen the whole thing?
Sure.
So yeah, San Francisco. Yeah. So if this Kenyan guy is telling you that he's experienced, you don't doubt him, and you can go and look at his profile. You see, this is his profile, and you can see the things he has done. So you see the languages he's competent in. Have you seen it? We don't need to ask plenty questions. You will know that this guy is good with Java. You see. And then you see lately, you see when he started coding, 2020, see, profiles. So that's how, like, if you really want to be a good programmer, you need to get your Git busy and sometimes find some open source projects and contribute to them as well.
Then we have to be linking us to projects like that so that we can be practicing.
Oh, as far as for the project there, a lot of them are open. They are really open. If you just search a project right now, you find some.
Oh, okay.
So many things are happening. It is weird that, like Oliver mentioned the last time, it is weird that my people that are always sitting in their room as if the whole world is against them. So many things are happening in this world. It is
Can you add me? I wanted to mention my.
Okay, cool. A lot of things are happening in this world, all over, plenty things. People are collaborating on projects every day, every time. Yes, Dennis.
Type analyst then. And
underscore.
Underscore.
Okay.
DN. Or you can't find. Just make it one word. Let's see.
Okay.
Yeah, then it's code.
Yeah. So your picture is there, so it's easy to recognize yourself. So yeah, I mean, that's how we collaborate. So it means that all of you are working on this project together with me, right? So you can exchange and all that. Sometimes you can intentionally create projects amongst yourself and work on it, right? So if you go for an interview and say that I was part of the team that built this, people will believe you, right? You get my point? Right now, I created some open source projects. One of them was on we trained some students at MES. They are building a Momo fraud detection database. It's an open source project. You can look for it but you are not done with React yet, so your skills might be limited. But those are some things you can look for. They are building a fraud detection Momo database for Ghana, where you can go and check if a number is fraudulent or not, like based on public contribution, right? There's another one too, was I think sanitation, or I think pollution index detector for Ghana. We have opened a lot of open source projects available. I mean, as a matter of fact, those of you follow me on Facebook, I was saying that we could actually an open source election collation center, right? Open source contributed to by everybody. The reason why open source is powerful is that the code is available for everybody to see if it's working well, right? If there's nothing phishing inside, everybody can see it. And so it's laudable if you work on open source projects. Any question on the collaboration bit? How you can
Okay.
add people?
So now that you've invited us, where will we
Mhm.
find and accept?
So it will go to your email. The invite I sent you will be in your email at the email you use to create your GitHub. Or if you log into GitHub, your notifications will bear the invitation as well. You see one of these messages will be that. If you see here, the notifications here will bear the message of the invite, or it will go to your email directly where you can follow and accept.
Okay.
All right, any question?
Yeah, Mr. Bright.
Yes,
Please,
sir.
how different is the open source projects from the one at the front end mentor? How different are they?
Okay, so I mean, for open source is just the idea of making something available for the public to scrutinize, right? So anything can be open source. Okay, so let's say you have an idea and you don't want to keep it to yourself. You want the public to benefit from it. Then we say you open source it, right? And when you open source it, it means that it's available for everybody to use for free and also contribute to it. So any project can become open source if you want to. So right now, ChatGPT or OpenAI is not open source, but Meta AI is open source, right? Which means that you can take Llama 3 or let me see. Most of you are just familiar with so you see Meta AI. You have my screen, right?
So we have your screen.
So this AI engine, most of you are familiar with ChatGPT, but there's another one provided by Facebook. It's called Meta AI, right? This means that this is open source. The difference here is that this has been contributed to by people all over the world, and it is free for you to use. So anybody can take this and use it free without having to pay anything necessarily. And it's available but ChatGPT is not open source. It's just a group of people. We don't know what is going on inside. People are saying that for AI to be relevant to the public, it must be open source. That's the agenda people are pushing, because open source means that it's available to the public and everybody can see it, right? That's how, so anything can be open source, actually, so long as you have made it available, open source licensing agreement, and then people can. So anything you are thinking about and you think will benefit society, you can actually open source it.
Oh, okay, thank you.
And Africans don't do really good at that. We are not very huge on the open source community, but the developed worlds have so many open source projects, and it's available for people. And this Meta AI is a big competition to ChatGPT or OpenAI because of its open source nature. A lot of people are contributing to it. People think it's more beneficial than even ChatGPT. So look for, if once you are growing in the programming, look for opportunities to join open source projects. In the beginning, you might not feel confident enough, but don't stay there. It's not about, everyone has a beginning. Everyone has to learn. Everyone needs to challenge themselves. So just get started and then you go somewhere. Yeah, you wanted to ask a question. Are we now okay with the collaboration part as well? Or you need me to go over something for you? Anyway, do you need me to go over something for you? Look back at your Git.
So once I accepted the invitation on your GitHub page.
Yes.
Okay.
So you are on my GitHub, but once you accept it, all of a sudden you start seeing that if you look out for your repositories, for instance, right? If you go to your repositories, you should find that project in your repository now.
Since I've accepted. Okay.
Yes, since you have accepted it. So let's say, I think I call it collab or collab Git. So now if we go to settings and we go to collaborators, we'll see that there's no pending invite against your name again. You have accepted it. And so to say, if you go to your repository, you should be seeing those as part of your repository once. So you see you have made some few commits here already. All of a sudden that will become a part of your repository once you start working on it. Yeah. It will be a list of the things you have worked on as well once you start committing to it. So yeah, that's yeah. And yeah. And let's all not be scared of making mistake. The thing is, you make mistake countless time and then you pick it up. Once you learn, it's become a repetition. Git commit will always be Git commit. So you see, once you learn it, there's no problem. It doesn't change until we come up with a better technology to remain what we know it.
So that was all me on your screen a few minutes ago. I see.
Yes. Okay. So branches, we said Git init is the first time. Last time I mentioned that if you clone a project, so now all of you that I've invited, what you need is to what? Clone the project. Does that make sense? You don't need to go and download it, clone it, Git clone, then you put the URL there, then you have a copy. You don't need to do Git init. If you do Git init, it's redundant. You don't need that. You just go ahead and create your branch or add commit and start pushing. And then when you push, you send me a PR. I'll look at it and approve it. And there we go. Yeah. Hope
Can
you
you
go.
take the cloning part again?
All right, cool. Yeah, I can do that. So let's say, which of my screens can you see now?
Yeah, on your GitHub.
It's
Okay. So if I have been invited like you have been, I'll go to the project and I'll click on this. You see this one,
Good.
a code side, right? And
Yeah.
then the link is what is in the box here. This link. You click on this, copy to clipboard. Find this. You clone. You see. Then, so you have copied this link. Okay. I said that you can download it, but if you download it, we saw what happened the last time. It's not the best way to do that. Clone is the best approach. So I go, either I have been invited or the project belongs to me, but I have bought a new laptop. So it's new, right? I need to clone it. You get it? Assuming, God forbid, some people have taken your laptop and you have a new one, or you have upgraded yourself. You now have a bigger and a better laptop, but you need your old project. You go and what? Clone it. So that's why it's good to commit if you are a developer, because you need the code later in the future. So you can't just keep it on your laptop. You need to push it. Yeah, even if you are not collaborating, you need to push it so that in the future you can get it back again. I can go for all the projects I've been doing since 2011, you see, because it's still there. Meanwhile, I've changed my laptop several times. So I have I've copied it. Let's say, so you go to, let me see, and where you want. So here, I want a project to be here, okay? So what I'll do is that I'll just say git clone, okay? And I'll paste that link that I've copied. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Are we all cool? If you do it, you have to enter your email and password because you have maybe this is your first time cloning. But if I do it, I won't have the option. I'll just say cloning and it's done. Have you seen it? Yeah. You would have to enter your email and password and things. But this is the process. That's all.
Mm.
And then from there, you see that if you go to, yes, you see, this is it. This is the new one. This is the one I just cloned. Okay. So you see, this is the only one there. I have not pushed the changes we've made right now. I have not pushed any of them, remember? So I only have the first one I pushed to you. Good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So let me, on the note of that, let me
So
go.
you can just go to the terminal and do the git clone without.
Yeah, yes. You can just go to the terminal. Make sure you are where you want to put it. Then do git clone. Okay.
Mm.
I need to be in the right folder before I do git clone. But then again, you can clone it anywhere and copy it wherever you want to. That also works.
Okay.
Mm.
I see.
So yeah, let me do. So Git, we know that we have so many branches, but I just want one. I want to bring all the branches to one. Okay. Now, let me touch base on something simple, and then we'll be out of here because Thursday or tomorrow is Wednesday. Thursday you are starting a new class though. So let's say that last time I said that you need to send a pull request and I approve, right? It does not mean that all the branches you have to send a pull request for them. Okay. You don't have to. Let me show you something quick. Let me say that all the branches, let's say about us, contact us, home, all these three things, though I have worked on them differently, they are just one major change I want to push. Do you get do you understand? I have created 3 branches about us, contact us, and home. I have created 3 branches, okay? But in actually all these 3 things, they just help me work on one major thing, okay? So now I want to make all the 3 into one before I push and send a PR. So what do? I'll merge all these 3 into one. Are you with me? All these 3 branches into one. Right now I am on contact us branch, okay? So I'm on contact us branch. I will merge about us into contact us. Are you with me? So I'm in contact us. So I'll say git merge what? I'm in contact us and I want to merge about us into contact us. So I'll say git merge what? About us. Are you with me?
Yes, please.
Okay, cool. Does everyone understand that? My current branch is contact us. I want to bring what is in about us into contact us. So I'm going to say git merge about us. Are you all with me?
Yeah.
Good. But it says already up to date. What
Yes.
that means is that everything that is in contact us is also in about us. So there's no change to merge. Do you get that?
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
So now it means that I don't have any change that is pending inside the about us. Do you understand? Understood?
Please take that again.
So I have merged about us into contact us, which means that everything that is in about us is also in contact us. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I can delete about us. Agreed?
Yeah.
Yes.
Good. So I'm going to say you do that by saying git branch minus D. Okay. Then what do I want to delete? What about us? Okay. So it's gone. About us branch is gone. Are you with me? So if I check branch, I don't see about us again. Good.
Yeah.
Again, I want to check out. I want to merge contact us into home. Get all right. So I check out into home. I want to merge. Listen to what I want to merge contact us into home. Are you with me? So I will be in home and I'll merge what? Contact us. Are you with me?
Yes.
Make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm checking out what? I'm in contact us. So I need to check out what? Home. Good. Good. Now I am in home. So I can now merge what? Git merge what?
Contact us.
Good. Have you seen what happened? That's brought everything inside contact us to what? Home. Are we good?
Yes, sir.
Then I can now delete contact us. Agreed?
Yeah.
Because everything there has been merged into what? Home.
Yeah. Right.
Yes, please.
I want to ask if you don't delete the, let's say, the about that, and there's a duplication, will it have any effect on the project?
You can't duplicate. Once that branch exists, you cannot create another one.
No. I mean, if you don't delete it and it become, since the information at home is the
Oh,
same
no, it
information.
won't do anything. It won't do anything. It can still be there. Yeah, it can still be there. But I don't want to confuse my own self.
Okay.
Yeah. But of course, you can keep it there and keep the things inside. No problem. Should be fine. So I've deleted the contact us now. So how many branches do I expect to see? Only two, right? Home and what? Men. Now I want to push, git push, collab what? Home, right? You understand this, right?
Yeah.
Bingo. So I'm pushing to a new branch called what? Home. Can we see our repository? It's saying that what? Home had some reset changes. You get that, right? So two new branches. The branches are what? Home and what? Main. I said we do what? Create what? If we want to merge it into main, which is the best of our branches, we should do what? A pull request, right? So we are merging home, what here? Home into what? Main.
Main.
Yeah. So I can say added about us and contact us. Contact us. I create a pull request. Good. One of you would have reviewed my pull request and says that it is fine. And then you can say what? You see that if you go to file, you see the change, the new things. You see, these are the new things that I am about adding. Okay, at the file change section. Okay, I say you're okay, you like it, then you can merge what my pull request, confirm the pull request, merge down, and I can what? Delete the branch if I want to. Of course, I don't need that branch again, so I've deleted it. So now on my code, I can see both about us and what? Index. How many branch now? Only one. Good. So yeah, that's how you manage your repositories.
Hello,
And
Mr. Bright.
yes, please.
Okay, let's say as we've compared and pulled, you mistakenly merged before you realized that there was a mistake that you needed to rectify. How do you go back to the branch and rectify the mistake?
Conflict. And when we say conflict, if you make a mistake in your code, that one there, yawa don't gas. Because you have been given several warnings before you went ahead and merged them, so they can't do anything for you. You can only reverse your changes on your terminal. You can go back to your commit, any of them, okay? So you see that if you type git log, you see all the changes are here. Have you seen it?
Yeah.
It identifies each change with an ID, okay?
Mm,
So you can reverse to the ID and you say that it identified them by what? I've seen by the commit message.
okay.
So you can reverse by the commit message if it becomes necessary.
So how do you do the reversing?
So you check you really there are several ways. There's a reset where you specify the ID of where you want to reset to, any of them. Yeah, but you have to read more about it because
Okay.
there are different. You can do a reset hard, and then you specify the ID of where you want to reset to, and then you hit that. It will reset to that ID for you, that location, that time history. If this is where the commit message you want to go to, you go there by doing git reset hard, specify the ID, and it will take you there to that location in time. But it's only as granular as you have, as often as you have committed, you can go like that. You see why you have to commit frequently? Because the only chance you have to go back is your
Right.
commit message. Yes.
Sorry. Is there not a way that maybe you can write a script that maybe every 10 minutes or maybe every 5 minutes it to be automated that it to do a commit? Is there
Yes.
not a way like that?
It can, but the message.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay.
That's the only problem.
Okay.
Yeah, but yes, of course, you can write a simple Python script to do that. But the message you attach, no, that's where the problem will come from. Because the message is going to be based on the change you have done. If you want to do it right, yeah.
Okay,
So
thank you.
it's a necessary hard work that, yeah. I mean, people say that worst case scenario, before you leave work each day, you need to commit. Worst case, yeah. Bad. By the close of the day, after coding the whole day, you should commit at least once.
Okay, Mr. Brett, I'm sorry. Another question.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Please, have you seen when you were cloning, you change directory to a different folder before?
Yes.
Can you do that before? I mean, can you create a folder now before doing the cloning and put it in
When you clone, it will clone. You see the name of the project here.
Yes, please.
It will use this to create a folder for you.
So you don't have to create a
So
different
if you
folder.
create another folder, that's fine, but you do double work. You get a whole thing.
Right. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, of course, you can create a folder and clone into it, but it means that another folder will be inside that folder again.
All right. All right. All right.
So you see that, like you rightly observe, I came back one step, right?
Yeah.
And then I clone, because then, so now I have what? You see, I have it here, a new folder called git lit. You see,
Okay.
it created a folder for me. But of course, you can create your own folder and clone inside, but you have two folders now. Then you delete one. But when you clone it, you use the name of the repository to create a folder for you.
All right.
Right. That brings you to the end of your Git classes. Interesting enough, it's not taught in most schools, so you have a good starting point to launch into your world of programming if you are going to effectively collaborate. There's a lot more there you have not learned, but you don't need all those things to be a successful collaborator. These are the basics of Git. And as you go on, you will discover new things that help you on the journey. Are there any questions? If there are no questions, there's no light in most places in Ghana today. Rain comes, so. Right. Silence means that people have fully understood the session. Okay. All the best, and then hopefully on Thursday you would have on Thursday you have your new session that's introducing JavaScript and then lead